Check this thing out. We'll walk around here. Look at that sweet gas tank on it. Alright guys, check it out. This is a pretty sweet find. You don't see these every day up on the marketplace. This is a 1981 XR100. You can see the VIN right here. It's in actually pretty good condition for the year, and it's pretty complete. So the only thing that's missing that I can see is the number plate. The guy that I bought it from said that he found it in the barn. He said it's been sitting for a very long time. You can see the spark plug is out of it, unfortunately. He said that he took the spark plug out, so that's probably good. It is locked up, however, he said, from sitting. And the guy that actually owned it before the guy that bought it from him said that it was running, he put it away, and then when he went to go kick it over years later, it was locked up. So he thinks it's just corrosion on the cylinder and the rings, causing it to lock up. Who knows? You know, could be anything. Looks like the carburetor's locked up tight. Doesn't twist at all. The clutch cable, I believe, is loose. Yeah, that's loose. Doesn't look like that's doing anything though. Oh, it's not hooked up to the clutch. So I'm guessing that's stuck too. It's got the carburetor on it, the Keihin carb. You can see Japan right there. It looks like it might be missing the, I think that's the throttle control right there. Possibly. Might not be. But usually there's like a little screw that goes in there. It's got the number plates on it. And the seat looks pretty nice. No rips in the seat. Gas tank is pretty cool. It's got the old red and black with the Honda. Man, these bikes are super cool. Gas cap is pretty tight on there, so I'm guessing the gas tank's a little rusty. Let's check out the stickers. So you've got the old Fox sticker. You've got Bad News Travels Fast. And then when in doubt, gas it. Pretty cool stickers. Turn on the gas, dummy. There's that sticker. Missing the spark plug boot. And then gas line is ripped right there. That's a tiny gas line. Everything else looks like it's here. I tried to shift through the gears, it doesn't shift. I think that's because the clutch is probably locked up. It needs the complete engine gone through for sure. Chain is super rusty, definitely needs new chain. Look at the sprocket. It's definitely been ridden. The sprocket's basically like just gone. The teeth are so far down there. Tires are all dry rotted. And let's see what's behind here. I want to rip off the plastic. Air box is in there still. Pretty rusty looking. But there's the VIN on the frame. See if the brake works here. I'm guessing the brake is locked up too. Brake is locked up. So, looks to be pretty rusty. The pipe is in pretty good condition. You can see it says Honda on it right there. And I think the pipe is all complete. So that's good. Is the back brake locked up? Nope, back brake works. But yeah, it doesn't kick over or anything. So this should be a fun project. I've owned XR80s before. And XR75, so I've owned pretty much everything but this bike, so it should be pretty fun. I paid probably a little bit too much for this. I paid $450 for it. It was up for $550, and the guy restored them, so I think he kind of knew what they were worth. And he said that, you know, the gas tank goes for $200, the seat goes for $200. So he's like, right there, that's $400. So, you know, you can't really complain right now, especially how the market is. So we're gonna see if we can get this thing going. We're gonna go through the whole engine and see what's going on with this thing. So I guess without further ado, let's begin. See if we can save this bike. All right, where shall we begin? I guess we can check the oil first. See if there's anything in there. There's a little dipstick right here. This will kind of tell us how the gears are going to be in the transmission and everything. Hopefully they're not too rusty. Ooh, no oil in it. That's not a good sign. So it was drained, it looks like. Oh boy. This might be a little bit rougher than I imagined. All right, I guess let's get some stuff going down the cylinder here. Maybe a little WD-40. See if we can free up the rings. I can feel the piston down there. Doesn't feel like it has any holes in it or anything. See if we can get this thing to free up a little bit. Well, let's see what's underneath this plastic here. Let's see if there's any mice living in here. Mice love the bikes I buy. So they're usually just clapped out. This is a true barn find right here. That kind of shows you how rusty things are. Look at the bolt holding on the seat. The seat looks pretty good. Not a ton of rust on the back side of the seat. Bolts. You can hear the rust in there. So hopefully this cover comes off without taking the engine out of the frame. Look at all the rust up here. Jeez. It's gonna heat up that area so that comes off easier. Otherwise that tab's gonna break off, just like this one. Alright, that plastic piece came off. Looks pretty decent. The one tab's broken off right there. This one's actually really nice condition. I got one tab broken off, probably from some guy ripping it off. So, looks pretty good. Kind of afraid to look in there. What do you guys think is in it? A rat? A mouse? What are we predicting here? I would think. I'm gonna smoke them out. It's getting more rubbery. Okay. All right, we're in business here. Let's see. Don't think it's gonna look too bad. that stud off of there. Ooh, what's in there? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the classic mouse nest. That's good. You can see the acorns. That's pretty funny. But yeah, that was in a barn for a couple of years, so it's kind of what I expected. Alright, I guess we'll start by taking off the valve cover right here. See if we can get that off. And then we'll work our way to the cylinder. And I guess we'll see what happens here. Hopefully that can come off. Might have to get that out of the way right here. Going back and forth on the bolts because look how rusty they are. I don't want them breaking off in the frame because then you have to get them out with a drill bit. It's not that fun. Oh man, those are on there. Holy cow. Will there be bent valves? Should be very interesting to see. Alright, that popped right off. That's good. Ooh, she's rusty. It's missing the cam chain. What the heck? Look at that. Where the heck did the cam chain go? Man, everything's tight on that thing. Whew. She's a little rusty. We might have to soak her in some ultrasonic cleaner compound. Oh yeah, she is definitely rusty in there. That was definitely exposed to some water at some point. Looking a little bit rough. Alright, let's get the carburetor off and then see if we can get this head off. Alright. Ooh, those lines are really hardened up. Alright, pipe is off. Let's work on this head next. Looks like these have to come off. There's 4 nuts right here. WD-40 on the situation here. Let's kind of lube her all up here. Alright. I want to strip this out. Go back in. Looks like that It's coming unless I broke it. Let's see, did I break it off? Nope. Sweet. Next one. Ooh, that didn't sound good. Do it without stripping them. Baby. Oh, man. Those are on there. Alright. Let's see if this guy can come off. The rubber mallet's not going to cut it. Oh, here we go. She's coming now. Oh yeah, those are rusted tight on there. That's always good, right? Ooh. Oh man, those are just tight as can be. We're gonna have to let those soak for a long time in the ultrasonic cleaner. Alright, let's see if the cam can come out. Look at that baby cam. That thing is so tiny. A little rusty. Sprocket looks good still though. That's good. Alright, let's see. Does this thing just come off now? We've got one bolt over here, it looks like. It's a long one. I feel like I'm missing something. Ooh, I can see the cam chain down there. Oh, that's fun. I don't want to bend the fins here, so I'm pounding straight on. I don't know if that was holding it on or not. There's no other bolts holding it on. Alright, so it looks like the guide right here is stuck on with that screw. So we're going to have to come down here and get the timing chain off before we can take the head off. So let's do that first. Try to get this cover off of here. Alright, tried the impact driver right here where you pound on it with a hammer and it springs and should knock those bolts loose, but that did not work. So we are going to have to try something different. Probably drill them out. Alright, I drilled these two out. The heads popped off. That one came out and the bottom one came out. So let's see if this cover can come off of here. Might be a little tricky to get off here. Oh, there's that rust underneath there. Wait till you see this. Oh, holy cow. Oh my gosh. That's a little rough. Oh my gosh. Look at that rust. What the heck? I was not expecting that. Oh man, is that bad? Look in there. What? You kidding me? It's just like disintegrating. Oh man, is that bad? There's no way that's coming off of there. There's no way that crank is moving. I don't think. Oh, maybe. We'll try to get this thing off. That bolt looks pretty tight though. Oh, look how rusty that thing is. Oh my gosh. Let's see if we can get some of this rust out of here before we try to take off the flywheel. Alright, found the flywheel puller. The threads are pretty messed up on the flywheel, so we'll see if this thing can pull it out, but I'm guessing it's gonna be a little tricky. It's already stripping it out. That's not good. It's just so rusty. It's really bad. Alright, let's see what happens now. Dang it. Ah, my good flywheel pullers is getting stripped. Alright, this flywheel is not coming off. We're gonna work on the top end again. I think I was able to get this bolt out, so let's see if this top end comes off. And of course you need to have the engine out of the frame anyway, so I guess we'll just be taking it out of the frame. Alright, chain coming off. This thing is just junk completely. Holy cow. Look how rusty that thing is. Man, oh man. Alright, we're gonna tip the engine this way so we can take off the head. Let's see if we can do her. Should all be loose in here. Take a look at the valves here. Let's see. Ooh, one of the valves is stuck open. I don't know if that's bent or just stuck. Probably just stuck. See, that's stuck open. Let's take a look at the piston here. Doesn't look the greatest. Oh man, this thing is really rough. There's like so much rust and crap in here. I don't want to scratch the cylinder if I don't have to. Let's see. It's coming off, but I'm guessing the crank is done. Cylinder might be able to be saved. It's not too bad. Let's see what the piston looks like. Kind of hard to tell because I think the timing chain is wrapped up in there. Yeah, we can see the chain up in there. See it right there. See if we can grab that chain out. It looks like it just broke. Maybe not. Yeah, it definitely got bound up in there. Ooh, that's pretty bad. You can see it in there. It's bound up. Alright, I think we're gonna be able to get the flywheel off here. Alright, there we go. Whew. Holy cow. Just completely rusted. That is crazy. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. This is bad. Look at the screws. Those are stripped out too. Nothing left of the screw holes either. Those are gonna have to be drilled out too. Man, that's rough. All right, just got the chain out. That was exciting. Just ripped it right out. Okay, now let's see if we can get this thing to free up. So we can get the piston off at least. Here's something crunching there. Alright, got the piston off here. One of the rings was broken right there. The other piece came off of it, but the top ring's free. And the oil ring is stuck pretty good. But yeah, everything is pretty much solid on that. So let's see what the crank looks like here. Rotate that around a couple times. Oil it up. Looks like there's some rust stuck in there. Now let's see if it shifts. Still isn't shifting the gear or anything. There's no play up and down. The crank might actually be good still. That would be crazy. I mean, it's pretty smooth. That would be insane if that was okay. I mean, look at that. There's no up and down play at all. A little bit of side to side. I think if we let that sit in some oil, the crank is pretty solid. It doesn't feel like there's any movement in the crank at all. Alright, the crank is pretty smooth at this point. But I'm not really sure what we should do with this bike. We got the rockers loose as well. Those were stuck before. And then it looks like this one has a bent valve. Right there. That one, right? The bigger one. The intake valve is bent. So it looks like we need a new valve. So I'm kind of adding all this stuff up in my head. It looks like we could probably reuse the piston, just get some new rings, depending on how much the piston is. But we definitely need a new flywheel, and it looks like that's like a point mechanism in there. So that needs to be replaced. I have not taken a look inside the engine yet, so we're gonna have to take a look at the clutch and all that stuff. So that will be next video. I have not decided if we're going to part this out or go through with a rebuild yet. Next video, we'll look on the inside, look at the gears, look at the clutch, all that fun stuff, and then determine what to do with this thing. But it looks like the cylinder's fine. It might hone out, so I think that's fine as long as we get all the rust off. So we're looking at, right now, we're looking at new piston rings, new stator, new flywheel, new valve. Let's see what else. Top end gasket kit, and all new clutch cable, brake cables. What else does this thing need? Grips, number plate, air filter. So I mean, the list is going to be pretty long. But next video we'll dig into this engine and see the damage. But so far, the crank seems fine, and that's probably the main part. So that's pretty smooth in there. It still doesn't shift gears though. I'm thinking it's the clutch is just probably all rusty in there. But we will figure that out next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Leave a comment down below what you guys think I should do with this thing. Should I part it out or keep on going? Let me know. And until next time, we are out.